Good afternoon and welcome to the regularly scheduled City Commission meeting for Tuesday, May 26, 2026. If you would, please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Can we have a call for attendance, please?
Commissioner Thomas.
Here.
Commissioner Pruitt.
Here.
Commissioner Witt. Commissioner Hargis. Present. Mayor Staten.
Here. So we are all here. Nick, Commissioner Witt is joining us via Zoom, so he is there. He is there with us also. And if I could have, if you are here on behalf of the Henderson Hospitality Summit, if you could come up to the podium, we have a special presentation.
The Community Spotlight for May. The Community Spotlight for May proudly recognizes the dedicated leaders and organizations whose collaboration, innovation, and commitment to service help deliver a transformative experience in Henderson. Through nearly a year of thoughtful planning and partnership, the Henderson County Public Library, Henderson Chamber of Commerce, Henderson Economic Development, and Henderson Tourist Commission united civic leaders, business owners, hospitality professionals, and community members around a shared vision to make Henderson one of the most hospitable communities in America. The Henderson Hospitality Summit welcomed more than 600 attendees and featured nationally recognized speakers who inspired conversations centered on kindness, service, leadership, creativity, and human connection. Rooted in the spirit of unreasonable hospitality, the summit demonstrated that true hospitality is more than a gesture. It is a mindset capable of transforming ordinary moments into extraordinary experiences. This remarkable collaboration showcased Henderson's warmth, ambition, and community pride while strengthening relationships across industries and inspiring a renewed culture of welcome throughout the region. The success of the Henderson Hospitality Summit reflects the dedication of those who believe hospitality can shape not only memorable visitor experiences, but a stronger, more connected community for all. With sincere appreciation, we recognize the Henderson County Public Library, Henderson Chamber of Commerce, Henderson Economic Development, and Henderson Tourist Commission for their outstanding leadership, partnership, and commitment to making Henderson shine.
So there was a part of, so first of all, just wanted to say, a huge fan of what you all did. It takes a lot of people to put together this kind of event, and the event couldn't have gone any better. And I wanted to say there was a part of the event that really hit home for me, and that was the part when Will Guidera was talking about how he was looking up at certain restaurants who were in New York and they were ahead of him on this list, and they had come in 50th at his restaurant and the list of top 50 restaurants in the entire world, and he didn't accept that, and he wanted to keep moving forward, and he was happy to know that it was 50th. And one of the restaurants he talked about was called Danielle, and we talked about that. So first of all, I'm glad he did, because my whole entire life I've been, if it comes up in conversation, I tell people I took Christy, my wife, to Daniel, and it's actually Danielle. And so I'm really happy I can talk about that correctly. But the biggest thing is I feel like in Henderson we're very much on par with what he was talking about. You know, we are already known to be a very hospitable community. And so people, when they come here, they talk about how warm and friendly we are. And it feels like we're 50th in the world in hospitality. And the thing that you all did, more so than anything, is you put together a summit that said, hey, don't be complacent and don't be happy with where you are. You can always be better, and you can always be the best in the world at what you do. And so that's something that I personally took away from this summit. I think a lot of everything that you all do, and we spotlight people and organizations who do great things in the community, and for the month of May, I cannot think of a more appropriate person or group of people to give our Community Spotlight Award to than you for having put together this Hospitality Summit. It was wildly successful. I hope you continue to do something similar in the future. So thank you all on behalf of the city. Got a lot of hands to shake. Does anybody want to say something on behalf of the group? Emily, why don't you
Oh my God. What can I say? It was an amazing collaboration between all of these amazing entities, which I know amazing, but they work hard to serve Henderson every day in all ways that we all always don't see. And it was a privilege to be among them. And I think they took a simple idea and enhanced it and made it pretty magical and pretty. I was impressed by what all they put. So thank you for this recognition, and thank you all for joining in and doing it with us.
All right, and if you all don't mind, would you join me up
Sure.
here? And we're going to get a picture real quick with me presenting you the award. Some of you want to,
Not this time, you had to look.
Thank you, guys.
Good job.
Well
Good
done.
job.
Good job.
Awesome job.
Thank you.
It was awesome.
all right, next up on the agenda is Inner City Community Event.
Hello, my name is Zoe Pruitt, and this is the co-chairman, is Reverend Charles Johnson.
I'm just here with her.
This event is Saturday, July the 18th, at the John Kennison.
We voted third place in the public inner city. Hey, right, let people say something about that.
Oh, about good. Okay, we were voted third place from the public inner city neighborhood and empowerment committee. Family-friendly community celebration. Okay, this event is Saturday, July the 18th, at the John F. Kennedy Center, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. The activity are free school supplies and backpack, free food and drinks, free haircut for kids, basketball game, and police and fire, sheriff department, pickleball, free inflatable, and bouncy houses. Fire department, water splash for the kids, giveaway for the kids is tablets, scooters, bikes, basketball, football, and soccer ball. Scooter ball, soccer ball, no, it's soccer ball. And then we have,
When we did this, we were thinking, trying to look at various speakers to bring into our community. We had a low budget on up to a high budget, which our high budget was Miss Jackie Joyner Kersey, which, as y'all know, one of our greatest Olympians.
Yes.
Not too far from here in East St. Louis, and we reached out to her camp, and it just wasn't going to work out. We looked at the athletic department at UK to get maybe one of the basketball players, but now with NIL, we didn't have that budget to go through Hollywood to get one of their agents. So, and certainly not a knock on him. We got Mr. Courtney Johnson. Mr. Courtney Johnson is doing a great job over in Evansville, Indiana, with Young and Establishment, the work that he's doing in the inner city with our young people. Also, I believe he's on City Commission, Evansville City Commission over there. So we're so proud of Courtney and all that he's doing. He's already agreed to come over and just talk with the young people that day, be one of our guest speakers. We've connected with some of our entities here in the tri-state with our vendors. Certainly we'll be reaching out to more, and this is still a work in process. We're still working at planning the various events and stuff. And as Ms. Pruitt said, you know, this initiative come out of the inner city initiative that took place here the last few years, the different groups that broke out. And so our task in our group come up with the community fun day.
so we're asking for $10,000 to cover all expenses. Thank you.
We anticipate 35.
Oh, also we estimate attending 300 to 500 people. That's what we're hoping to be there.
As you can see how the funding will be allocated
Yes.
to host the event up at JFK for that day. Also, we'll be working closely with Mr. Kenny, our Parks and Recreation Director for this event, and work with everything, get all the logistics worked out.
Dylan, do you mind to explain to us what the structure of how this event is going to work looks like?
Yeah, so I've met with Ms. Pruitt and Reverend Johnson once or twice, and then I've met with Mr. Kinney, and I think we've talked a little bit. So the way we kind of view this event is this, as they mentioned, this is an event that came out of the inner city improvement plan. This was one of the projects recommended. I'm not sure which year it was, but it's one of the projects that's been talked about. And so formally what they're doing is this, I view this as a request coming from their committee. So ultimately, if this is an event that you all would want to fund, we would take the roughly $10,000 from the inner city improvement fund pot of money, and then this would essentially be a city-hosted event where the city would be the sponsor. And so that's why Mr. Kinney would be involved, is basically we would work this event just like we would any other event that is actually sponsored by the city. Alongside, we would work very closely with Reverend Johnson and Ms. Pruitt and their committee to make sure the event is what is envisioned to be, but we wouldn't require like insurance from a third party like we would if, let's say, the chamber or tourism or some other entity that hosts events would do. We look at this as being a city event because it actually came out of a city program. Yeah, thank you. So.
Good deal. Do we need any kind of a motion to set this in motion? It does fit within the budget of this current fiscal year that we are in, and so it's not going to cause that budget to go over. In case anybody has any questions about that. Does anybody have any issues with giving the money to go toward this particular day that they're wanting to put together?
No, that's what we set the money aside.
It is.
For events like this. Yeah.
It is.
I just got a question about, oh, go ahead, Don.
I was just going to say, Chelsea, it just falls under the inner city line item, so there's no reason to make a distinction for it, correct?
Yeah, and I would say with the event being July 18th, some of the expenses may be incurred this fiscal year, some next year, but I think with the way she's got it budgeted, she's looking at it as a lump sum in our assigned reserves or whatever. Yeah, so I think we'd be covered either way.
And then the expenses, are they going to flow through the city? It's
I
not
would-
like we're going to give $10,000 to an
Correct.
individual. All of that's going to be managed and controlled and reimbursed by the city as we go.
Correct. So I would envision all the payments would flow. So what I would say is probably if they approve to move forward with this, I think probably the three of us and Mr. Kinney probably need to schedule a meeting and talk about that. But I would envision, actually, so we've already had our first, we had an event actually this past weekend where we rented inflatables. Down at Atkinson Park was opening day, and then we had the inflatables right behind the pool. And so we actually included this. We had to get separate insurance specifically for that, and so we included this event in that. So basically, the city would be paying all the bills. We would just be working with you all to figure out what vendors we need to pay, how much, that sort of thing. So it would, once again, I would say we would work very closely with Parks and just run all the expenses through them, and we would just pay direct.
Sounds great. Well, just wanted to thank you guys
Before you go, Mayor, let me say,
Yeah, go ahead.
haircuts. Is that anybody can come get free haircut?
Well, it won't include me.
I just seen all their haircuts. I mean, it might be a bunch of people come in, give them a free haircut.
Yes, it's free haircuts.
How many chairs do y'all think you're going to set up for free haircuts?
We got, I think I got 6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's
6
six.
stations.
6 chairs.
Get the kids some nice haircuts before they go back to school. Kind of thing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's good. I'm so happy you guys followed up with this. We've got a lot of projects from the inner city improvement plan are kind of going to hit in the next 6 months to a year, just because some have taken a while to get together. This one hasn't taken a while. This one's just one that came out, I think, out of last year's program. But thank you all for following up. It's important to me to be on a city commission that supports people who are wanting to do things like this in our community. A lot of other places try to take it on directly through their city government, and they end up spending millions of dollars on community festivals. And we're so blessed in Henderson to have dozens of people like yourselves who put things together for our community to enjoy and be a part of, and who put in that sweat equity to make it happen. And so thank you guys very much. I'm a proud supporter of what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right.
Good job.
So we'll reach out here in the next week or so, and we'll get a
Okay.
meeting scheduled, start
Okay,
working on
thank
getting
you.
some stuff procured.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys. Next up, we have consent agenda.
The consent agenda contains the minutes of the April 21st, 2026 called work session joint with the Parks Board and the May 12th, 2026 special called meeting, and resolution number 32-26, resolution accepting human resources report dated May 26, 2026, and approving all actions contained within. Resolution number 33-26, resolution authorizing the submission and acceptance, if awarded, of a Partnership of Women grant in the amount of up to $15,000 for the purchase and installation of a blue light emergency pole, and authorizing the execution of all necessary documents. Municipal order number 46-26, municipal order amending Article 229 vacation hours sailback, Article 231 sick leave sharing policy, Article 231 sick leave sharing policy, and Article 247 Kentucky Deferred Compensation Match Program of the City of Henderson Employee Manual, and municipal order number 47-26, municipal order authorizing the mayor to execute a memorandum of understanding between the City of Henderson, Henderson County High School, and Henderson County Fiscal Court for the purpose of establishing and supporting a fire science pathway program.
There is one item that I want to pull for further discussion, just because I'm curious, it's of interest, and that's the one about the blue light safety pole grant. So if we can pull that off of the consent agenda, we will have further discussion. Are there any other items that any commissioner would like to pull for further discussion? Okay, with that one exception that has been pulled, I'll take a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Witt? Commissioner Hargis? Aye. Mayor Staten?
Aye, thank you. And now, from the consent agenda, we have the resolution, if you want to read that in its entirety again, for the grant for the blue light safety pole. Sorry, I threw you a curveball.
1 second. Resolution number 33-26, a resolution authorizing the submission and acceptance, if awarded, of a Partnership of Women grant in the amount of up to $15,000 for the purchase and installation of a blue light emergency pole, and authorizing the execution of all necessary documents.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second?
Dylan, can you tell us a little bit more about this? What are we looking at, and what are we talking about when we talk about a blue light safety pole?
Yeah, so staff, we've been trying to figure out what to apply for the POW grant. We discussed several different things, and I want to give credit to, I don't know if it was Ms. Quattrochi, or was it your idea, Jeannie? Okay, so she had the idea. We were trying to come up with something we could apply for that would be competitive, and it's a very broad grant. We had talked about different things, and so one of the things that had come up, I guess through a previous intercity session, was the need for these blue light emergency poles. You see them in a lot of college campuses, on hospitals. Basically, it's the idea where if you're in a parking lot and you're in a secluded area, you can touch that pole. I'm not entirely sure how they work, but you basically can push a button, it alerts 911 that there's a safety issue, it notes your location, and they can respond. It's better than in a cell phone in some cases because it's instant and automatically tells you where you are, or tells dispatch where you are. So we looked at doing this as part of the intercity and just other areas in general, and it's something we've been looking into. But one of the things we hadn't really thought about as we were rolling out, the new improvements at Anthony Brooks Park, was including one there. And so with us already looking at those, and with us looking to upgrade Anthony Brooks Park in the very near future, we thought this would be a good addition to have. So that's ultimately, as staff discussed, we decided that this would be a great and competitive application for the POW grant.
Thank you, and I wanted to add some context to that also, is why I brought this up. So whenever I first heard of the idea of adding a blue safety pole, I thought that it was unnecessary, and cell phones have replaced the need for those. And then got some fifth grade logic from somebody during one of the Mock City government classes last year, I believe it was. And it was this gentleman's idea, this fifth grader's idea, to have us do the blue light safety poles. But the reason that he gave was just, it put things in perspective, and a lot of times if you don't talk to kids, you kind of lose that perspective. He said, all of our parents in this room will most likely let us walk to a park to play if it's within a couple of blocks of our house, but not all of us have cell phones. And so what do we do if somebody falls and breaks an arm? What do we do if there's a stranger? What do we do if we need help? Our parents have trusted us to go there, but if we need help and we don't have the means to do that, can we get a blue light safety pole? And I thought that was just such a mature viewpoint from someone who I might not have expected it to come from. And so I'm happy that we're looking at it. Does anybody have any other questions about it? I did want to just for sake of order, Dawn Kelsey has recused herself from the conversation because she is a member of the POW board. This is us requesting money from POW to fund a project, and so I don't know that she necessarily had to do that, but just out of an abundance of caution, because she's on the board, she's recused herself from this conversation, which is why she's not in the room. If there are no other questions, have a roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Witt?
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis?
Aye.
Mayor Staten?
Aye. Thank you, guys. If somebody wants to tap on the door and let Dawn know there she comes. She was probably listening. Look at her. All right, next up, we have a first reading of an ordinance accepting public improvements.
Ordinance number 11-26, ordinance accepting public improvements. An ordinance accepting public improvements consisting of sidewalks on Kayak Lane.
We have a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second?
All right, do we have any comments, questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Witt?
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis?
Aye.
Mayor Staten?
Aye. Next up, we have an ordinance adopting HWU's budget.
Ordinance number 12-26, ordinance adopting Henderson Water Utility budget. Budget and appropriation ordinance for the fiscal year commencing July 1st, 2026 and ending June 30th, 2027 for Henderson Water Utility of the City of Henderson, Kentucky.
We have a motion to approve, please.
So moved. Second.
We had a motion and a second. Bart, do you want to come out and tell us a little bit about the highlights of your budget, sir?
I'm going to bring Todd up.
All
Todd's our
right.
Chief Financial Officer. He's the one to put it together. Todd Boldy. You all should have been provided a copy, of course, and I'll be happy to answer any direct questions. We presented our budget to our board last Monday night, and they approved it. We are projecting budget revenues to be approximately $30.4 million, an increase of approximately 6.2% compared to last year. Operating expenses, we're expecting our budgeting to increase 6% to $27.7 million. We're having significant increases in repairs and contractual services, especially related to our sludge disposal in the next fiscal year that are affecting the budget. Everything is detailed. All those questions. Our capital budget for next year is a little smaller than we forecasted and we're hoping, basically due to the operating expense increases. We've been hit with the inflation effect really has hit us in the past 2 years compared to the previous years. We really weren't seeing a whole lot of effect. It's really hammered us the last 2 years. And so we're having to make adjustments to things going forward. We're projecting to use $3 million of our reserves for ongoing projects related to biosolids that we've committed to. That we'll see positive cash results from that in the future once everything's implemented. But that will affect next year's cash flow in the one time. It's not something we normally do on an annual basis, is dip into reserves. But next year we have to. So we'll have to make adjustments going forward in fiscal year 28 after that. But if anybody has any direct questions, I'll be.
Is that 6% attributed to Bentley Point, you think?
No. Most of, really, outside depreciation, it was almost a 7% increase. Our repairs and maintenance expenses, we've got them budgeted to increase about 15%. Sludge disposal is going up 29%.
No, I'm talking about the revenue.
Oh, the revenue? Well, it's kind of in line with what we're going to see this year as far as the revenue number. Our contractual customers, we've got some contractual customers that are fixing leaks, so that's costing us dollars. It's good for them, bad for us. And our last $5 fixed fee increase that the commission approved in fall of '24 will go into effect in January. So that's in the budget. That's only about $375,000 into the effect of it on a 6-month basis. So our budgeted revenues are really about actual what we're seeing this year based on just customer usage and trends. Our commercial customers are down. Industrial commercials are up. So that's what we've seen. That's what we budgeted for. But like I said, it's just really our expenses are outpacing
Sure.
what we've been gaining through our rate increase.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Any other questions for the water department? No, I think you guys always present a really good budget. It's always really sound. You know, I think a lot of the work that you guys do over there. I don't have any questions either. I think everything looks to be in order. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We already have a motion to approve. We already have a motion, a second on that. Any other questions or comments? Take a roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Witt?
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis?
Aye.
Mayor Staten?
Aye. Next up, we have a municipal order for a 2026 Crumb Rubber.
Municipal order number 48-26, municipal order accepting a fiscal year 2026 Crumb Rubber Tire Derived Product Grant from the Kentucky Energy and Environmental Cabinet for $31,100 in funding for Crumb Rubber surfacing at Community Park with a city match of $16,600 and authorizing the execution of all necessary documents.
Motion to approve, please.
So move.
We have a second?
Second.
Does everybody know what Crumb Rubber is by now? You guys good? We did that at Central Park. We actually did the first installment of the Crumb Rubber at, was it East End Park? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, the poured Crumb Rubber. So now we've gone from East End, we did Central Park, now we're looking at doing Community Park. And I think it's a really nice safety improvement for the kids.
Real
You know,
nice.
it really is.
Soft.
Yep. If there are no other questions, we'll take a roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Witt?
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis?
Aye.
Mayor Staten?
Aye. Next up, we have a municipal order approving change order.
Municipal order number 49-26, municipal order approving change order number 2 to the construction agreement with Art Construction Company Incorporated of Evansville, Indiana for Fire Station Number 1 in the amount of $127,825.52, which will increase the contract amount with Art Construction Company Incorporated to $10,885,450.
We have a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Dylan, do we have somebody who can explain a little bit more about this one?
Yeah, Buzzy, do you or Jenna want to come up to the podium and talk a little bit about this last change order?
Hi, so this change order includes $117,000-ish for unsuitable soils, and that's the biggest chunk of this. There were some changes with access control, adding some doors, frames, doors, and some hardware, and then a couple credits. The other thing that we had added to this change order is that this will use all of our contingency up. So we are requesting some additional money to have as a contingency, so we're not coming back and increasing the budget again, that we've got a little bit of a cushion in case something else comes up between now and the end of the contract.
Good deal. So where do we think the overall budget is going to come in as compared to what we thought it was going to be at the beginning of the project?
Yes.
So I do know that we are going to have another cost come up, and we believe that's going to be about $20,000. So the rest of the contingency, it again is just there for a cushion. So we're probably looking about $80,000 over what we had originally planned.
Okay. So we had about $10.5 to $11 million budget. We're going to come in about $80,000 over once it's complete, you think?
Yes.
And then timeline, I know when we started this project, we told the public that we would have this thing ready by about the spring of 2027.
Mm-hmm.
What does the timeline look like now that we're nearing the end of the project?
We are looking at probably November.
Of this year?
Of this year for substantial completion, so when we have access to the building. And then they'd have a certain period of time after that to make final completion.
Yeah, there's a list of punch list items
Correct.
and stuff like that. Okay. But from an operational standpoint, there's a chance we might be able to move into it in November?
That is correct.
That's fantastic. All right. Anybody else have any questions, comments? No. All right, roll call, please. Thank you.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Witt?
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis?
Aye.
Mayor Staten?
Aye. All right, do we have anything on the city manager's report?
Just one, if I could invite Chief Bowen up to the podium for a minute. I want us to just kind of talk for a second about some of the changes. Mayor, a couple meetings ago, you had requested us look at getting the speed limit adjusted on US 60, kind of right before you get to the Cloverleaf as you're heading out of town towards Walmart, up to a certain point around the Lowe's Walmart interchange. And so we did reach out to the state, and the state has confirmed that they're wanting to reduce it from 45 to 35 with all the traffic and congestion there. they're still in the process of installing those signs. As of last week, we do not think they had changed those out, but they had told us they would get to it in the next week or two. But Billy, do you want to talk just a little bit about how we would handle enforcement as we're going through that transition?
So it's going to be a big change for the public. They've been used to it being 45 for a long time. So we plan on doing several weeks of doing a lot of stops, but giving warnings. So just letting people know. I know Travis is going to put stuff out on the city social media. Bill's going to put it out on ours. So we're going to try to educate the community of what we're doing. And you'll probably see a lot of car stops in that area with the goal of just letting people know, giving them warnings. And then after we've done this for a while, then we'll start doing some actual enforcement. So we don't want to catch anybody off guard. The goal is just slow down. And as you know, because you're the one that brought this up to us, the Barrett interchange there is one of our...
It's our highest.
Yeah, it's lots of accidents happen there. And if we can slow people down going into that, and as you had mentioned, when that speed limit was made, there wasn't all that...
No.
There wasn't a whole shopping center. There wasn't the new neighborhood back behind it. So the area's changed a lot, and it needs to be more consistent with the speed of what the rest of Green Street is.
We're really attacking that intersection. This is just the first step, and we've got like 4 steps that we plan on happening over the next 4 to 5 years. We've been looking, most of you are already aware, we've been looking at a loop road project. Loop road project will allow traffic to exit the backside of that property, going around from Walmart to the back there, connecting to a road that traces the new I-69 corridor and connects at Wathen Lane. And so for people who are driving down 60, when you see Wathen Lane, it will very much appear like Wathen Lane was always intended to be a north and south kind of lane. So that'll help alleviate some traffic. We've been working with economic development on a lot of things, including the Loop Road project and a project to where the state will now look at some different arrangements to allow access to the retail property from what is now known as 41, to allow people to enter and exit from there. And so you'll basically have 3 outlet points from that area instead of just 1, or 2 if you count the Lowe's exit there, so 4 instead of 2. And then we're looking at the speed limit, and then we just applied for, in the last meeting, a $10 million Safe Streets grant that will have if we are awarded that grant in conjunction with the state, it'll take a look at totally reconfiguring that intersection to remove points of conflict. Because right now when you come over the Cloverleaf, there's lots of pretzeling activity. When you're traveling east, for cars that are trying to get over and turn left quickly onto either Barrett Boulevard or any of the 3 streets that come up there, and traffic that's trying to get over to the right to enter Walmart or Lowe's. And so this, like the chief said, if you're driving east, if you're east or west, but if you're driving east, for example, instead of that speed limit changing up to 45 before you get to the Cloverleaf, this change will have that 35 mile an hour be extended past the Barrett and 60 intersection, and most likely past the Lowe's intersection to a point a little bit farther down the road, because we do anticipate further development in this area. So thank you. I really appreciate the stance the police are taking. I look forward to you guys going out there and helping enforce it, but I also look forward to you guys enforcing it in a way that's not punitive to the community, because we all need an adjustment period, and thank you for looking out for that,
It's
Chief.
human nature.
Yep.
We're all going to, and I bet we're going to have police officers that are used to it, that are going to have to catch themselves just like anybody else. So, yeah, we're conscious of that.
Good deal. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
And that's all I have for this afternoon.
All right, I've got a couple of appointments, and then we'll have commissioner comments. First of all, last meeting, I appointed somebody to the Parks Board who's not eligible. She lives in the county, and I was unaware. I thought she lived in the city. So we have another appointment to replace Brenna Cottle on the Parks Board, and it is Miss Bobby Jo Marks. Bobby Jo has an extensive, long history. Rodney, I'm sure you're very familiar with who Bobby Jo Marks is.
Great gal.
Yeah, she is. She's a wonderful person. She works at Audubon Kids Zone now. She's their neighborhood coordinator, neighborhood champion. Not exactly sure what they call that position now. She's a fantastic lady. I think she'll do a good job on parks. Can I get a motion to approve Bobby Jo Marks to take over Brenna Cottle's unexpired term?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Witt?
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis?
Aye.
Mayor Staten?
Aye. Next up, for Board of Zoning and Adjustments, we have Michelle Chappelle. has indicated some interest. Michelle, Dawn, what is Michelle's current occupation? Do you know?
She's a professor of IT at the Henderson Community College.
Thank you. I knew she was with the community college, but I didn't want to get what she did there wrong.
She's also like the head of their mentoring program. Is that right, Viv? Do you know? She's got a mentoring program out there as well.
Yeah.
Transition to Beyond. She goes to County High School and helps kids, juniors and seniors get into college.
Great. She's wonderful. I met her through Henderson Leadership Initiative back 15 years ago almost. She's a great person. I'm happy to recommend Michelle Chappelle for an appointment on Board of Zoning and Adjustments. Can I have a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Do we have any comments, questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Witt?
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis?
Aye.
Mayor Staten?
Aye. And I made another mistake last time. I'm full of mistakes that last meeting with board appointments. So sorry, guys, it wasn't intentional. Tax Appeals Board. I appointed somebody, and apparently the county had the same idea. And so earlier on that day, they appointed Tara Dixon to be on the Tax Appeals or Tax Assessment Appeals Board. And so we were not eligible to appoint her in that position. So I've reached out to a few people, and a familiar name to all of us has indicated some interest to be on this board, and that is former Commissioner Patty Bugg. We need to place someone with realty experience or experience with how tax assessments and market analysis, things like that work. And she fits that mold. She lives in the city, and she is willing to serve on that board. Can I have a motion to approve Patty Bugg to serve on the Tax Assessment Appeals Board?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Witt?
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis?
Aye.
Mayor Staten?
Aye, thank you very much. And Commissioner comments, Commissioner Hargis, do you have anything today?
Not tonight.
All right, Commissioner Pruitt?
No.
Commissioner Thomas?
Not today.
Commissioner Witt?
Sorry I couldn't be there, but no comments today.
All right, thank you. And no comments from me either. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
Aye.